Hello YouTube! Flash Notion, the Ponified Talking Head, back with another reaction video, and this time, thanks to some unfortunate circumstances last week, I have, once again, 2 episodes to react to. Oh boy! So first up here, we have Season 7, Episode 14, FiM and Misfortune. Now, when I first heard that title, I thought that, okay, it's probably going to be a Rarity episode, because, I mean, Rarity's kind of famous, you know, and she has lots of misfortune, actually. But since then, 2 weeks now, pretty much, I have learned that the basic plot of this one is that Twilight has published the Friendship Journal as an actual book for ponies to read. Now, that's interesting because we haven't seen that journal since Season 4. Since the Season 4 finale, when it was used to realize which keys were which. Season 5 came along and we had the map to deal with, and then Season 6 had its own stuff to deal with Starlight and continuing the map and everything like that. So it kind of just fell by the wayside. But now it's back. And it kind of sounds like the ponies of Ponyville are basically becoming bronies and arguing about who is best pony. That's what I've heard, basically. That is a brilliant concept. I'll just say that. It's also probably the most meta that the show has been since... since... What was Season 6, Episode 13? What was that called? Stranger Than Fanfiction? Is that what it was? It must have been. I don't know. Whatever. You know what episode I'm talking about. The convention one. It's the most meta the show's gotten since then. And that was the most meta that the show had gotten since Season 5's Slice of Life episode. So we're kind of continuing the trend of a mid-season meta episode. Which I'm okay with. I also know that there's going to be at least one song in this. There was a song in last episode, and it was beautiful. This one seems like it's going to be more of a poppy type one, more of a plot moving forward one. I wonder if this one might not be the musical episode, which I still haven't heard anything about that. Like, I don't know if I mean, I'm just assuming that there's going to be a musical episode at some point, because we've had one for every season since Season 3. So if there isn't one, I mean, that would be weird. Of course, not having a 2-parter premiere was kind of weird. And by all accounts, I don't think we're going to be getting a 2-parter finale either. So maybe they're just trying to spice things up this season and just not do those things that we have come to expect. Which I'm okay with, except for the fact that the musical episodes have been the very prominent source of songs throughout the season since then. We've been getting fewer and fewer individual episodes having songs since Season 3, I think. So if they're not going to be doing a musical episode, there better be more episodes with songs, because I really like pony songs. Okay? So, we gotta get into this episode. Wait, before we get into the episode, how'd you like my new intro there? Much shorter, right? Let's get to watching it, shall we? So, we will start the episode in 3, 2, 1, play. Ooh, turn it down a little bit. Twilight.
Oops. Sorry, Princess Twilight. That was meant for her.
Oh.
Incoming!
These fillies are also... These fillies are adorable, by the way.
What are you doing? That was meant for my ex-friend. I'm not your ex-friend. You're my ex-friend.
This is also the first time we've really seen...
So you see, friendship isn't always easy, but there's no doubt it's worth
So this is where she gets the idea that everybody needs the journal. Also, yes, this is the first time that we've really seen a pony that has a different colored mane and tail.
No.
She's like, where did I put it? Ah.
Here it is.
Holy crap, that's a lot of dust and dirt on that book.
Come on.
I mean, it's only been 3 seasons, but yeah, that's like a book that's been years in neglect. So,
Filled with all the things we've learned, like
every...
friendship isn't always easy, but there's no doubt it's worth fighting for.
Oh, dear.
Judge a book by its cover just this once.
Restoration spell, number 1. Number 2, yeah, to anybody who says it hasn't been years since season 3, up yours, I guess, because there's no way that book could be that in that bad of condition in less time than years. I have had books for years. I have gotten books that are years old, and they are still in better condition than that. I mean, that page just crumbled. So, yeah, up yours. Very, very hard. Ooh.
Thanks for coming, every pony. I've got a surprise for you.
What is it, Twilight? Do I need to prepare myself?
It's this! What is that thing? Why is it so
Wait a minute. Am I...
A minute?
Larson wrote this?
Is this our old friendship journal?
But
I haven't seen this thing in
he...
forever.
What?
Ooh, wait.
How? When? Why? What? I'm okay with this, though.
There's a smushed apple in Applejack's lessons. Fluttershy's lessons are so small, you can barely read them.
I wanted to leave room for all of you.
Aw.
I don't even know what this is.
It is called calligraphy, darling. If you're going to make words, at least make them fabulous.
Looks like you got a little aggressive with your friendship lessons, Rainbow Dash. What can I say? When I learn something, I learn it hard.
And...
I found Pinky's page.
I'm surprised.
That wasn't the only surprise.
Oh.
Ta-da! Starlight and I decided to make one for each of you.
That's amazing. A perfect copy.
I learned the spell years ago when I needed to make copies of a certain manifesto.
Oh.
Better than a perfect copy.
Oh, I'd forgotten all about this lesson.
Remember this one? For when I helped Daring Do? Never underestimate the power of friends who always got your back.
That's not the lesson. The lesson was that don't underestimate yourself when you meet your heroes or
So
whatever.
much fun reading all the stuff you've all learned. I just had to have my own copy. And that brings me to the second part of the surprise. My idea. How would you girls feel about making our journal available for every pony? If we can get these lessons into other ponies' hooves, maybe they'll benefit from them.
And stop bugging you, Twilight?
I'm in! Yay!
We always said we wanted to.
Okay.
Sounds fabulous.
I'm awesome.
That's perfect. Ooh, Cloudsdale sales. Oh, I like that pony's design. Okay. Oh, Canterlot. I'm guessing Manhattan? No, this is Manhattan. So where was that? Trottingham, maybe? Oh, we've never been there. Oh, hey, look, the playground equipment.
Play with you anymore. Why not? You love playing hopscotch.
No, you do, because you always win.
Hey, girls, couldn't help it over here. You might might want to take a breather. Maybe read Rainbow Dash's chapter on Rainbow Falls. It might help.
Sure, Princess. Thanks, Twilight. The Friendship Journal's making us super popular.
Oh.
We were thinking of putting together a Cutie Mark summer camp. Now every pony's definitely gonna sign up for it. This is gonna be awesome.
Okay.
Cutie Mark Camp is a great idea.
Yeah, but the purpose of the journal isn't supposed to be marketing.
That sounds kind of like the Take That at Hasbro, because they use the show for toys. Okay.
Hello.
Most creepy looks since season 5 premiere?
Away from Philadelphia because we got copies of your friendship journal.
Wow, how wonderful. What was your favorite friendship?
Will you sign them?
Oh.
I guess so.
Yeah.
What did you think of the lessons?
Oh, we haven't read them. These are keepsakes. We gotta keep them in mint condition.
Oh.
Now we're getting a Take That at the fans. Ponies will read it
Don't
eventually.
worry, I'm sure lots of other ponies are being inspired to be better friends.
Well, I, for one, found the journal terribly illuminating.
I agree. I'm seeing sides of these ponies I didn't know were there. I only wish they'd left Rarity out. She clearly doesn't belong in that book with the rest of them.
Oh.
Oh, who does she think she is? Certainly she did a fine job setting up the Ponyville Days celebration, but does she really believe it was a success just because of her? The nerve!
Oh.
Saying, Rarity.
Aww. I hope. Oh, wow. That smug look. That's...
She overheard all the
Wow.
things those ponies were saying. She must be devastated. I'm going after her.
Go ahead. I'm gonna have a chat with these two.
Ooh. Okay. Yes, let's leave.
Twilight, isn't it amazing? Our journals are everywhere.
Pinky, I've got to...
Ponies keep stopping by to tell me my entries are hilarious.
Of course, Pinky's okay with this.
I've had some pony come all the way from Las Pegasus to say how much you like my lessons.
I am so glad to hear some ponies are being inspired by the journal.
Hey, look! There's Pinkie Pie, the funny one!
Giggly feedback is the best kind.
Well, at least
Well, I mean,
a
Pinky...
positive reaction. I just saw Rarity, and I'm afraid this whole journal thing really upset her.
Aw, that's too bad.
That's not funny.
Hey, that wasn't even funny.
Okay, well, I guess I'll catch you later.
Oh dear. Not exactly how I thought.
Bye, Twilight.
Yeah, that's just...
Classic Pinkie! Oh, she's even funnier in real life.
You know me for years.
Okay, that is funny. Check the boutique.
Maybe it's time to call it a day. I whipped out all the Twilight Sparkle lessons because they were getting in the way of the good ones.
What do you mean you skipped the lessons? We've all had valuable experiences.
Hey, here's a great idea. Why don't you guys talk to Twilight for a while? So I can get back to things like working and napping and, well, pretty much anything else.
Huh? We don't want to hear her bowling lessons. Come on, tell us again about when you met. Dare we do?
Oh, did anybody consider that might be one to censor just a little bit? Because, I mean...
Enough of it. Come on, you don't want to disappoint your fans.
Oh, wow.
It's just that I really need to get those storm clouds back in their pens.
Oh, cool. We'll come along. You can tell us the story there.
Oh, what's going on now?
Please, just leave me alone.
Am I right? Fluttershy, what's wrong?
We want answers!
Yeah, we're entitled to know.
What is it, every pony?
We want to know why Fluttershy keeps learning the same thing over and over again. Be assertive already.
Oh my gosh.
She has. What?
Oh my gosh.
Really? Are you attacking my friend because you want to be in a book?
It's okay. I got this, girls. Listen up. I am more suited. And yes, it took me a while to get there. But can you honestly say that you could learn something one time and completely change who you are? I didn't think so.
Yay!
Wow. You're way different from the Fluttershy in the book. I don't know how I feel about that.
It feels like
Wow.
Queen Equestria is missing the friendship part of the friendship journals.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
Rarity, are you alright?
Nope.
What are you doing?
Here's where the thumbnail comes from.
Down, darling.
For what?
I don't know. I'm stress sewing.
Stress sewing?
When I overheard those two at the cafe, I suddenly understood why I've been getting cancellations for days.
What? Why are ponies canceling their orders?
Because no pony likes me anymore. They're boycotting me.
Yeah.
I'm sure if I go out there and talk to those ponies, they'll see that they're being unreasonable.
I need 100 blankets, and I need them now. Sorry, Twilight.
Right away, pony who still likes me.
I need nothing fancy.
What's the matter, Applejack?
I'm popular, Twilight. I'm popular, and I don't like it one bit.
You go ahead.
That would-
I'll stay here.
I like how Starlight's actually the one who's actually taking care of all this, while Twilight's just kind of running around. Oh, God. Ew. No, get away. All of you, get away. Isn't this trespassing? Doesn't Ponyville have any kind of, like, police? Everybody wants to be a member of the Apple family.
Applejack, who are all these ponies?
They call themselves the Sweet Apple Admirers. They say they read my journal entries, and they felt like a part of the family. And now they actually want to become part of the family.
Your journal entries?
Yeah, you know, all the stuff about how friends are like family and whatnot.
Can't you get rid of them?
And kick out my own family? Granny Smith, hang on! Let me help!
They ain't your family. They ain't your friends, and they ain't your family.
I wish we'd never released that journal.
Starlight, go back in time. How do you
There you are.
deal with this, though?
Just left
I mean,
Rarity. I think she's doing better, and... Oh, boy.
no.
Window staring, huh? Was it that bad at Sweet Apple Acres?
It's bad everywhere. I thought I was doing something
What
good.
the hell?
But our friendship have led to so much anti-friendship.
Oh, Twilight, it's not your fault.
Of course it's my fault. If I had
Well,
done
no,
something,
it's really not your fault.
none of
It's
this would be happening. I'm afraid I made life
just like it's not the writer's fault when we take things wrong here.
Hard on yourself.
God, this is meta. Broken.
Nowhere else to go. I've got so much cooking and cleaning and familying to do. I ain't got time for anything else.
At least police aren't laughing every time you talk. Not even I want to be funny all the time. I'm telling you, my days of hilariosityness are over.
Sorry.
Think you've got problems? I know I'm awesome, but I can't even go to the bathroom without some pony trying to tell me how cool I am. Rarity, what are you wearing?
My emotions, darling. Stress couture.
Okay.
What I'm gonna do if I have to defend myself one more time. Oh, sorry, darling. Force of habit.
Jeez. You know, this also raises a good point about real celebrities. Why they go so crazy.
wrong. Yes, I did. Releasing the journal was my idea, and it backfired in ways I could never have imagined. It's not your fault. It's every pony else's.
They're just focusing on the
Well,
wrong thing.
that's the wrong thing to say.
Wait here. I've got an idea.
But
I can't wait any longer. I've got to fix this. Every pony, please stop!
Princess Twilight, I'm with the Canterlot Chronicle. Quick question. What would you say to ponies who wonder why you moved to Ponyville in the first place?
I moved here to learn about friendship. That's why the journal even exists. It took some time for me to get the hang of it, but it was each of these ponies standing next to me who taught me the lessons in those journals. Applejack, Pinkie Pie, Rainbow Dash, Rarity, and Fluttershy too. Then it was all of you. I've learned so much from...
What I mean is, some ponies would argue that it doesn't seem believable that the six of you would be friends.
Believable?
Well, sure. I read this journal cover to cover, and I have to say, your character would have been much more interesting if she'd stayed in Canterlot.
My character? We are real ponies. This journal is a record of things that actually happened to us. We made mistakes, and we learned from them.
What about Rarity? Are we really supposed to believe she learned anything she wrote in there?
That's why you want to be Team Dash. She's the only one who didn't really need to learn anything because she was already so cool.
Twilight was better before she got wings. Fluttershy is just so painfully shy, it's hard to relate. I mean, come on.
yep, the fandom.
Are Pinkie Pie and Applejack related or what?
What the hell?
Listen to me!
My...
Listen to me!
Whoa. Did she just use the Royal Canterlot voice?
None of us claim to be perfect, and it's sad if that's what you all think. Our flaws help to make us special. They bond us and keep us strong. Our flaws are what brought us together. So stop acting like something's wrong. We're not flawless. We're a work in progress. We got dents and
Holy shit.
but it's our flaws that make us work. Yeah, we're not flawless. We're a work in progress. So tell me what flaws you got too. 'Cause I still like what's flawed about you. They say I'm a big shot, that my ego's the size of a whale. My confidence comes off as cocky, but it gives me the courage to fail. Sure, I can be a drama queen, a bit stuck up, it's true. And I can be too eager to please. There's such thing as being too honest too, 'cause we're not flawless. We're a work in progress. We got dents and we got quirks, but it's our flaws that make us work.
Aww.
We're not flawless. We're a work in progress. So tell me what flaws you got too. 'Cause I still like what's flawed about you. Ponies think I'm all bubbles and laughter. And I don't seem sincere.
Is that maybe the one from
A little too much,
Manhattan there?
but I'm just so happy you're here. It took me a while to be confident, to really come out of my shell. But no pony has to be perfect. By now, don't you know us so well? Because yeah, we're not flawless. We're a work in progress. We got dents and we got quirks, but it's our flaws that make us work. Yeah, we're not
Oh my god. This is amazing.
flaws you got to. 'Cause I still like what's flawed about you.
So you see, every pony? None of us ever claimed to be perfect. Without our flaws, there wouldn't be any friendship lessons to learn. Without our flaws, there probably wouldn't be any friendships at all.
Of course. So what's Starlight's idea here? Because, I mean, obviously that's what's gonna work.
So that just happened.
Girls, I found two ponies who have something I think you should hear.
We just wanted to say thank you to all of you. Yeah, our friendship? Well, we were having trouble until we read your journal. It showed us that friends can go through all sorts of tough times and come through stronger than before. It's made us better friends than we've ever been.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't tell you how much it means to hear that. Thank you for telling us. We've had a tough couple of days, but knowing we've helped fillies like you,
It makes everything we've been through worth it.
Absolutely. Fads come and go. Friendship is forever.
Because friendship carries on through the ages.
Told I'm awesome.
And we can't change the way other ponies think about us, but we can change how we let it affect us.
or how we don't let it affect us. Go ahead,
Reckon we still have to deal with them, don't we?
Eventually. You're all welcome to stay in the castle for a few days.
Friendship moment, Applejack. They can wait a little longer.
Yep. Okay then. Wow. That was just... Wow. Knocked it out of the park. Okay, let's get down to talking about this, I think. Well, actually, no, first I'm going to step away for a few minutes because there's a lot to go through for that, and it was a very meta episode, which means you gotta really organize stuff here, and so I am going to take a break this time. I'll be back in a second for you guys. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so, first thing first, this whole episode obviously represented the dark side of the fandom. And I'm not talking about, like, the cloppers or the people who write creepypastas or anything like that. I'm talking about the people who don't take the show for what it is. All too often, there are those of us who look at the show and who try to force it to be something that it's not. We take these characters that have been created by someone else and who have been created to basically be real like real people almost. Like, they really could be almost real people. But we take them and we try to fit them into our worldview. And they're supposed to be identifiable with, like, we're supposed to be able to identify with these characters. But these characters are not supposed to be us. They're not supposed to be the people that we know. They're supposed to be someone else. Someone who, yes, we could know someone similar to them, or we could be friends with them if they were real. But they're not supposed to be people who already exist. They're supposed to be their own people. So, yeah, it's understandable how that could be frustrating. And then they weren't exactly arguing over who is best pony. And usually arguments like that tend to be a bit more good-natured. Like, it's just like, oh yeah, they're all awesome, but here's the one that I like the most. Well, here's the one that I like the most. Here's why. Well, don't you think this? Don't you think that? They could get mean-spirited if they go on for long enough, or if people are just really aggressive about it. But they usually seem to be a bit friendlier. It's like everybody understands that, or at least most people understand, that everybody has their own best pony. Everybody likes one pony more than the others. I, for one, like, Pinkie Pie is my waifu. No denying that. Rarity is the pony that I personally identify with most, but I identify with Twilight a fair amount too. I just don't like those parts of me. And Fluttershy is just pretty awesome all around, actually. So, who is actual best pony? I'd probably say Pinkie Pie is best pony to me, but not because of any actual qualities she possesses, just because I like her. So, yeah, the whole best pony thing is... I was kind of wrong about that, but also kind of right, because what they were actually arguing about is which ponies' stories were the best, like the ones that they enjoyed the most. So it's not like they were arguing about who's best pony. It's more like they were arguing about what's the best episode or the best season, really. So, yeah, there's that. And, yeah, I mean, those arguments are... hate vehicles outside. But yes, those arguments are always very, very horrible. There are always people who are going to enjoy a certain episode, and there are always people who are going to take that episode and they're going to tear it to shreds. Just in recent memory, I watched a review of Baby Cakes, and they tore that episode apart. And I've personally never really had anything against Baby Cakes. I feel like it was a decent episode that had some interesting stuff in it that ultimately was mostly harmless. It was perfect Hitchhiker Guide to the Galaxy type quality. Perfectly harmless, or mostly harmless, or whatever. But they tore it apart. That kind of felt bad watching it, but in the end I was okay with it because, hey, I don't have anything against the episode, and that's my opinion. Other people have a different opinion. There are people out there who hate the Season 6 finale because of what it did to the Changelings and because it focused on Starlight. I personally thought that finale was awesome. It was hilarious. It had a lot of good stuff in it. It had some really creepy moments that I thought were really cool. And, yeah, just all around. I mean, everybody has a different opinion about every single episode. So, arguments about those tend to get a little bit heated. Now, other things that this episode contained that were very meta. A lot of the comments and questions that the ponies were making definitely felt like things from the fandom. Why does Fluttershy have to learn the same lesson over and over again? Twilight was better without wings. Are Pinkie Pie and Applejack actually related? Questions that we have asked, statements that we have made, things that are just said so often and that we take things too seriously sometimes. We really, really do. I mean, we love the show. I love the show. And I take it seriously. I really do. If this show were to be canceled, all of a sudden, it would be horrible to me. I would be very upset. And I have thought several times, like, oh, well, what if there was some kind of, like, anarchy thing tomorrow? Like, what if the government collapsed and society went to hell and this show was not able to be produced anymore? How would I feel about that? And among, surviving. I've thought about stuff like that because that's where my brain goes. And, yeah, losing this show would be very, very bad to me. It's a great show. I love it. It's taught me a lot, but sometimes you really have to step back and you have to think to yourself, I'm taking this a little bit too seriously. I need to lighten up about it. That's kind of I really do take that attitude. I if something is canon, it's canon. I can't change that. I might not fully like it, but it's there. It's kind of like people getting upset about Starlight getting called by the map. They can't change that. They might be upset about it, but they can't change that. It is canon now. So they just have to kind of accept it and move on. Or stop watching the show, one way or the other. You can't have it both ways. You can't. You can try, but usually it's just going to make you look like an asshole. I know there's something else here that I missed. The song. I heard the song was good. I heard there was going to be a song. I heard the song was good. There's been remixes up the wazoo about this song, and so I knew it was going to be good. It was better than I was thinking. Like, I thought it was going to be super poppy and peppy and like, well, I kept thinking of the episode 2 parody song that was like the song that was in episode 2 that was basically a parody of all the musical numbers. It was super poppy and catchy and awesome. But this one, This one was almost like a rock ballad type of song. It was awesome, and it's not exactly super catchy, but I want to learn the lyrics to that because it's awesome. And as for what I remember of those lyrics, I mean, no one is flawless. We are all imperfect people, and people who think they are perfect are just awful people, usually. So accepting that you are flawed and knowing what those flaws are basically the ways that we become better people. And if we manage to move past those flaws, we become the best kind of people. And the main six really are kind of the best kind of people. They have flaws. Rainbow Dash can be arrogant, Rarity can be superficial, AJ can just be kind of a prick at times, and, Fluttershy is super shy, Twilight's book horse. They all have flaws. But together, they can move past those flaws, and they can be the best kind of people. And, yeah, they're right. Without those flaws, their friendships probably wouldn't exist, because without those flaws, well, I mean, what would they do? It kind of makes me sad because I don't have friends. But yes, it was a really good song, really hard-hitting, in the heart type song. I loved it. It wasn't like last week's song, or like episode 13 song, where it was like sad and just made you want to cry because, I don't know, because I'm gonna die alone or something. I don't know. It was just like the romantic aspect of that song just made it sad, kind of. It wasn't like that. This was like happy tears song of, yes, I'm not perfect. I'm just like them. We're all like them. We're all like each other. It's just amazing. Friendship and love and everything that this show is supposed to represent. Now, about the other... There's one more thing that we can talk about for the episode, I think. Well, no, there's several more things, but one big thing that I want to talk about... M.A. Larson! What the hell? I thought he was done with the show. I thought he had gone on to do other things and he was writing books and stuff. I didn't think he was writing anything for season 7. I don't think he's written anything since season 5. So now I know writers can sometimes like skip a season. Like I've heard Michael Vogel isn't going to be writing anything this season. But no, I was not expecting to see anything from Larson ever again. So to see Larson come back, I mean, I'm pretty happy about it. He clearly has a grasp on the fandom and everything that's been going on. And as much as we might dig on him, I just realized he included the line that said Twilight was better before she had wings. He gave her the wings. We hold him responsible for that act. That's great. That's great. But, no, I'm glad to see Larson back. I'm very happy with this episode overall. Good job on him. If we don't get anything more from him this season, I mean, at least what he gave us was really, really good. As for other things to talk about, closing on 40 minutes here. I'm doing good. Celebrities. There we go. That's what I was going to talk about. Celebrities. People often hound celebrities. We got like paparazzi and everything, and you see this a lot with like especially like music stars. Some of them act so crazy, and sometimes you just have to question why. They seem like utter assholes sometimes, and it's just why. But looking at this episode, if what real life celebrities have to go through is even a tenth of what these main six were going through in here, it's enough to drive a person crazy after a while. Lack of privacy, you can't really do the things that you want to do. You're afraid of some somebody who loves you too much and is stalking you. You're afraid of somebody who hates you so much they're trying to kill you. Your life is just horrible. I mean, I can't imagine that. Like, if I've imagined sometimes, like, what if I got bigger on YouTube and somebody came up to me in the street and they were like, hey, I know you. Like, I've imagined that, but imagine if I got, like, the real celebrity, like, people who could recognize me anywhere that I go, and I'm just, like, I can't go anywhere without being recognized, without people hounding me or trying to talk about things that I'm involved with, and they're, like, it's like, yeah, sometimes I want to talk about things I'm involved with, but it's just, like, there comes a point where you're like Rainbow Dash, you can't deal with it. And so it really would be just horrible, and I have new sympathy for some of them. I really do. And I can imagine that, like, after a short while, it's either you go a little bit crazy and you start genuinely acting crazy, or else you pretend to act crazy and you do stupid stuff to try and get them to leave you the hell alone. You pull these stunts because you want them to not look at you. And yet, sensational media, they just pay more attention. Maybe I'm overthinking that. Maybe I'm just projecting a little bit too much. But I feel like that's how a lot of celebrity stuff works. And I can only imagine, like, what it's like for the people who actually do this show. A lot of them are, like, one of us. They love the show. They love working on it. They love going to conventions and stuff. They love meeting people. But, I mean, like I said, this episode showed us the dark side of the fandom. So you got to imagine that sometimes they get stalkers or they get death threats or something like that. And it's just like, what must that be like for them? I mean, Tara Strong, Ashley Ball, Andrea Libman, Tabitha St. Germain, Kathy Westluck, those are our main ones. We've also got Nicole Oliver, of course. But, like, all of them, I mean, can you imagine what they go through in life? And also the writers who created these characters, and the people who employ all of the actors and actresses, and they keep this going. You just got to imagine that it takes a toll on them sometimes to do this. So that's a very depressing thought from what should have actually been a very happy episode, I think. There was a lot of other meta stuff in here, some smaller jokes about the characters and their development and how they've changed and grown. And it was all very wonderful to watch. I'm sure that upon rewatching, there will be jokes that I didn't get while I was watching this the first time. Only other thing that I can think of to say right now... Crap! I lost it. I lost the thing that I was going to say. It was actually something really cool, and I can't remember it. God, I was thinking about the Pinkie Pie, like, Who Wants to Laugh All the Time and whatnot. And then after that, I can't remember what I was thinking about. I can't remember. Oh, right. There we go. Right, the thing I mentioned during the title sequence. There are a lot of people out there who debate the timelines. There are people who insist that everything that happened within the first 3 seasons happened in like a year, and that everything that happened after that since then has only been maybe like a couple of years. No, that friendship journal was utterly deteriorated. We last saw it at the end of season 4. It has to have been more than 3 years since then for it to be that badly deteriorated. I mean, unless Twilight had been leaving it, like, out in the rain or something. I mean, okay, yes, Applejack put an apple in there, and Rainbow Dash tore up some pages and that sort of thing, but, like, for it to be in that bad of shape, it has to have been years. Lots of years. So that just feeds back into my theory that ponies actually live a lot longer lives than humans do, which is why we haven't seen the CMC grow up too much. And it also fits back into my whole time dilation thing over with Equestria Girls. So, yay for that. So, yeah. To all those people who do say it's only been a very short amount of time, up yours so hard. I can't say that enough. I will lord this over anybody who wants to try and debate it. Like this is a thing now. This is awesome for me. But I am super long time talking here, and I now have to go on and do another episode, and I have to do some things around the house, and I have some shorts for Equestria Girls to watch too, so there's that. So I'm going to say goodbye. See you next time.